All right. Hello. So today in my communications class, I've been assigned an assignment. And this assignment, we are to pick 3 items for each our presenting self and our perceived self. Now, if you do not know, presenting self is what you display to others in public and what you hope for others to see in you. And perceived self is what you see yourself as when you're alone or in private. So, we're gonna start off today with my personal perceived or presenting self. Presenting self, what I hope for others to see in me when I am in public. Now, I'm gonna start off with earbuds. Now, I know what you're wondering. Earbuds. You listen to music in public? Is that what you want people to think? Well, no. You're wrong. What I want people to believe and to see in me is that they can listen to me and that I have good advice to bring to them. Because I've had many times where friends have come to me in distraught or in bad times, and they don't know really what to do. And usually, in my mind, I hope that others can see me as someone that has a source of information that can help them carry through, because I know that if I were lost or if I had troubles, I would want to be able to have someone to come to as well and to give me information that I can use to better myself or help with whatever problems I am dealing with. So that is why I picked these for my first one. Now, my second presenting item is the microphone. The microphone. Now, what do you use a microphone for? You talk, you speak into it. So this is what I want others to see in me, as a social, talkative guy. Now, that is why I usually begin conversations with people that I see walking by, even if they may not, necessarily want to start a conversation. If I know them, I say, "Hey, what's up?" I say, how you doing? How's your day? And it usually triggers a longer conversation that they actually seem to enjoy and that can help better their day. And, just want to have people think of me as like someone that, is just there to talk and, have a good time, be open with people. Now, my third presenting self item that I want to show you guys is pre-workout. Pre-workout, because I want people to believe in me as an athletic, hardworking guy in the gym. Now, ever since 6th grade, I'm sure as both of you know because you are my family, I have been a pretty athletic person. When I started wrestling, and I kind of got into it more and more. Throughout high school, I was lifting a lot more. I was engaging in wrestling now, and so why I chose pre-workout is because not only is it a symbol of kind of energy and something you take to work harder in the gym. It helps you out with working harder. It kind of shows that symbol of a hardworking, energized object, which I want people to see me as when I'm in the gym. I always want to be the hardest working in the gym, and that's usually why I like going to the gym, is because when people are around me or when I'm working out with someone, it makes me push myself harder because I want to present myself as someone that works hard and much more energized in the gym. Now, for my perceived self, I have 3 different items that may come to a surprise to you guys. But first off is music sheet. Why? Because although not a lot of people know this about me, I am very into music, and I like to think of myself as someone who can put together a beautiful piece and play it, which is why I always love to play the piano and on my own time, and it just kind of lets me loose. And I just like to think of myself as someone who can create beautiful art out of just a few keys and just a little bit of imagination, which is why a lot of the time I like to, just play random notes, because I like to kind of mash them up together and come up with something that might be a little beautiful. Now, my second item is this belt. The belt, because I'm sure, as both of you know, I do a kind of flipping business online, and with that in mind, I really have been into fashion, and I like to think of myself as someone who can put together a good outfit and dress nice. and always, match accordingly, because in my beliefs, it's when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you can do good. So that's why I always like to think of myself and always I know a lot of times there are people that come up with like the idea like big businessmen, they don't like to worry about picking a good outfit because it wastes their time. They just like to get something on and go. But me, I think of it as more of what you select to wear in the morning is how you're going to present yourself throughout the day. And I want to be able to think of myself as someone who cares a lot about how he looks, and that way he can do good in whatever he goes towards. And lastly are basil leaves. Now basil leaves is an herb, spice, cooking. So I like to think of myself as someone who can cook well and cook healthy, because just going back to my athletic, hardworking self, I like to make sure that I have a good meal and that I can cook well and that I focus a lot about my inner body. Because for myself, I want to perceive myself as someone who worries about what he eats and what he consumes, because I think of the body as a machine, and you want to be able to fuel it with the right things. That way you can think clearer, you can think better, you can move faster, you can be more energized throughout the day. And I'm sure just having an overall good diet and an overall good balance in your nutrition will help you, even if you may not necessarily notice it, just feel better and present better throughout the day and just give off a better, more energetic vibe. So those are my 3 presenting items: the microphone, the earbuds, and the pre-workout, to represent that I can be a social individual, that people can listen to me and have good advice taken from me, and that I'm the hardest worker in the gym. And for my perceived self, music notes, the basil leaves, the herbs, and the belt for worrying about how I look, making sure that I am dressed nice, that I can do good, worrying about how I eat so I can make sure that I'm healthy and that I can just give my all and stay upbeat and motivated throughout the day, and that I can always put together a nice, beautiful work of art and just create something. So thank you for your time. You guys both look beautiful, and thank you.
Thank you.
That's how we do it, boy!